I think I'm live. I'm not entirely sure. But just in case I am live. Oh, no, okay, I think I'm live. Hello, welcome to SquishiVision. Not my usual quality of stream. You're getting a very close kind of shot on me here because I'm broadcasting on my phone. Essentially, my laptop has bricked, so I'm having to do these on my phone, which is really annoying, but still a bit, I guess. But yeah, this is my immediate reaction to part 4 of Obi-Wan Kenobi, having literally just finished watching it. So I'm not going through any of the details of the show, I'm literally just giving you my kind of immediate thoughts and reactions. Yeah, so I mean, this episode kind of, I guess, covers the grounds I figured that it would cover. I don't know. Part of me is like, Obi-Wan Kenobi's possibly getting a bit too out in the open for someone who successfully managed to hide for as long as he did, and considering how kind of big he is. But again, I guess in Legends, I think that kind of happened as well, so I'm not that bothered by it. Let's talk about what bothered me first, and we'll talk about what worked, because I overall liked the episode. I think what bothered me was a bit about kind of some of the logistical things, like, firstly, the whole thing about, oh, no one would dare attack this place, therefore we have very low security, kind of baffles me as a concept, if I'm quite honest. It's generally not how things go, really. And it's like, well, is it like a disadvantage to adding shields to your base? Can you not afford it? If you get what I mean? But yeah. Also, the fact that they're able to. It's kind of very much covered over, or skipped over how they're able to firstly escape Mapuku, the mining planet they were on. Considering that, Darth Vader was there, so presumably Darth Vader was there hunting Obi-Wan Kenobi, and like, again, did they just cheap out on like resources? Because we've seen them, blockade a planet, and like, it's quite frequent in Star Wars, the whole ticking timer thing, where they have so much time to get off the planet before a blockade, or before the Empire arrives. It happened a lot in like the original trilogy and the sequels. They had to get up, they had to escape certain area, because if they waited too long, then if they waited too long, then there'd be too much of a blockade and too many ships, and they wouldn't be able to escape. So it's a bit kind of confusing, I guess, in that respect, that they were able to get off that mining planet when Darth Vader was there. And you think that if Darth Vader was there, then they'd bring top resources, like that they had to stop anyone getting off the planet. Really, like anyone, like I think it's not too much to think that you would put in the time to stop everyone getting off the planet if it meant catching Obi-Wan Kenobi. But I guess maybe they had a way. Maybe they were well practiced, whatever. But then the same thing happened when they were trying to escape. Literally, like the fortress, the Inquisitor fortress was on a planet in the Mustafa system, like literally next door to where Darth Vader lives, and that's apparently an easy sector to just fly out of once they know you're there. I'm like, surely they would lock it down. Like, I feel like it's harder to get out of a shopping mall when it's locked down than it is to get out of some of these places. I'm also confused on why like Darth Vader wasn't around. I guess. Well, again, it's confusing why he let Obi-Wan escape, and people were speculating online that he just wanted Obi-Wan to kind of suffer. So he wasn't that fussed about. He wanted him to like live with his failure kind of thing. But that kind of seems inconsistent with his actions in this series. But I don't know. Maybe the five Obi-Wan Kenobi took a lot out of him. Maybe he was putting a lot more effort in than he normally would do, and so he needed to go recover. I guess that makes consistent sense. But yeah, that's just the other thing that's bothered me. Also, the fact that how easy it was to kind of get through some of the security checkpoints. Like, person's like, you don't have the authorization to go in here, and she's like, "But I'm your commanding officer. Do you want me to go speak to like the Grand Inquisitor?" I mean, I'd be like, "Yeah, let's go together." It's poorer IT than poorer security than an IT system. Anyway, So yeah, what about generally? That's the only thing I disliked. I think this episode was great. Um, I think again, Uma McGregor is do that like really sweet balance between someone who was a very powerful Jedi but has now like spent 10 years not practicing any of that thing. He's really 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 rusty, and you can see that. But like he's not you know bad, because like when the stormtroopers start shooting at him, he's kind of very easily able to defend himself. He doesn't. He's really struggling against himself, I guess is my point, which I really really liked. Um, I'm loving the kind of visuals they're doing with the lighting with the lightsaber, especially the part where he's in a dark room and he essentially just uses his lightsaber to kill a stormtrooper and is unignites it, moves around. The same thing they did with Ahsoka in The Mandalorian when she first appeared, and I thought that was really great. The bit with the water, with the window smashing, I thought that was really good as well. Although I'm a bit confused why I was a bit confused why the stormtroopers drowned, because they're wearing a spacesuit effectively. But I think in my mind, and maybe in canon, if you, I think you have to like turn it on to make it airtight, and if you don't do that, then it's not. And I guess they didn't have time to, because the waters are rushing pretty quickly, although I guess they just weren't clever enough. Yeah, Tal was able to infiltrate the place far too easily, and people are like, "Hey, you're suspicious," and I'm like, and she's just like, "Reason," and like, "Fair enough," but I guess some degree of gotta kind of just suspend disbelief. I think the ending was good. But I like how they were able to get through all these like officers with Obi-Wan Kenobi basically just having a big trench coat wrapped around himself and Leia, and there's this like, child-sized lump, and no one thinks to question it. I don't know, maybe there's a species that has a childlike lump. I thought the interrogation scene was great. I think Moses Ingram and Vivian, whatever her surname is, I can't remember off the top of my head, do a really good job. I think the actress playing Leia is doing a really good job of balancing this person who is going to become a very competent senator, a very competent member of Rebel Alliance, but is still in her youth and hasn't had much practice with it. But I think it's a really really good kind of, she gets good balance. Like you can see her kind of flaking a bit, but obviously she's a child who doesn't even know she's a rebel yet. But she's still like very very competent. That kind of, and the fact that she's force sensitive, even if she doesn't realize it. I like the kind of. I like the fact that they tried to like read her mind and they couldn't, and it was because she was force sensitive. And then obviously Moses Ingram does this really great balance between someone who is still quite young and still quite untethered, and people. It's consistent in Star Wars that your bad guys tend to be people who are quite, fragile and immature and childish, and it's almost as if it's a deliberate commentary on the behaviour of fascism as a whole, So she does a really good job of kind of that balance of someone who is like trying to be intimidating but is also very close to being unhinged. So I really, really liked that. There was a moment where Ewan McGregor does a twirl with his lightsaber. I'm like, that's a thing he does in the film, in the films, in the films. That's a thing he does in the films. Oh, how's my voice there? That's a thing he does in the films. I'm like, I recognize that move. Good job. Really like that. I love that. That was good. But yeah, no. I mean, we now have 2 episodes left. They put a tracking device. Oh, so they put a tracking device on the ship. So like, presumably they'll like immediately pursue it. Yeah, it feels like that's something that they would do, because why would they risk anything else? Because and they know presumably that Kenobi's going to return Leia to Alderaan. So, and despite her insistence that the tracker device will always follow Obi-Wan, it'll just follow Leia. So, and presumably now they're in a ship that they can go anywhere with, they'll be going directly to Alderaan. So, presumably they need to like capture them en route. Okay, but that's my thoughts. As you probably tell, I'm a bit out of it. I did a bunch of all-nighters for my coursework, and so I think I'm still a bit, my mind hasn't caught up yet. And I've got my computer to fix and stuff. So, yeah, that's my reaction to this. Gonna try and work on getting this. It's a shame you can't do like scenes on this, but whatever. So just before I dash off, because I can do it on my phone, I can't do it on my computer. Whoops, no, that's not what I want to do. And then here's Lily napping on what space she can find on my desk, because it's full of computer bits. Okay, right, well, I'm gonna watch Ms. Marvel later on today when I eat, and we will react to that when it happens. So cheers for watching, guys, and I'll see you later on today.